Good morning, friends of the Den. This Friday, unfortunately, is full of a lot of high intensity news and some real low depressing news. So I'm going to try and intersperse them a little bit so that this week's random topic week, um, I don't hit too heavy. But the first thing I do want to talk about is something very important, and that's about suicide. There's been a lot of very high-profile stories in the news lately about famous people taking their own lives. We lost Kate Spade this week, famous handbag designer, and this morning the news broke of Anthony Bourdain, famous restaurateur and expeditionary who both of whom took their own lives this week. So, suicide stories like this, when they come out in the news, oftentimes lead to other people contemplating and considering taking their own lives. And I wanted to take this opportunity to tell you that if you are considering suicide, please know that you're not alone, that there are places out there that can help you. And being a member of the LGBT community, dealing with a lot of the harassment and drama and problems that we deal with, we're very prone among us to consider attempted suicide. We're 5 times as likely, young people especially, to consider or attempt suicide. But please, again, know that you're not alone. There are people out there who want to help you, and you can contact places like the Trevor Project. If you are considering suicide, please contact somebody, call a friend, call the Trevor Project. The number for the Trevor Project is 1-866-488-7386. There's also the Trans Lifeline 860. I'm going to put links down in the crotch to those two very important resources. So if you are experiencing problems, that you can reach out to somebody to find help. Please know that very important resources, so that people are there for you, including us. If you want to contact one of us, if you're experiencing problems, please feel free, reach out, send us a message. I'll be happy to talk to you. Many of the other guys are around and are happy to talk to people as well. So please consider what you're doing. Think about the fact that you are not alone and that people are there to hear you and talk to you through what you're considering. Okay, heavy stuff. The main heavy stuff out of the way. Let me talk to you about one other serious thing that happened this week. The Supreme Court issued a decision in the Masterpiece Cakeshop case. They released a 7-2 decision in favor of the baker, but as a lot of people have pointed out, including the ACLU, who defended the gay couple, and Mark Joseph Stern from Slate, this is actually quite a narrow ruling, even though the ruling was joined by the majority of the court. The ruling really was that the Colorado Civil Rights Commission kind of fell down when they were deciding this case and the way that they talked about the baker's religious beliefs. So neither side got much of anything out of this other than the fact that the Colorado Civil Rights Commission got a slap on the wrist for being inconsiderate and insensitive to the baker's religious freedom argument. Though many other cases have said that such arguments are frivolous. You just can't denigrate the people who have these religious arguments when you're deciding their cases. So there's that. This is not the end by any means. This is not the end of religious freedom arguments against doing things to support gay couples. This is not the end of gay couples trying to find the services that they desire and gay people going into public businesses and being accommodated. This is something that will not have a ton of repercussions, though there have been a few slow trickles of people who've said that this is a vindication of their religious freedom argument. It is not. Do not believe them. This is not something that they can actually use and hold up in court because all of the opinions that supported this were held on that very narrow constitutional ground. The vast majority of the people who were writing those opinions basically said that no, this is something that the Colorado Civil Rights Commission did improperly, and that only the grounds of this case are valid. for this particular ruling, and that possibly what's going to happen is they're going to go back to the Civil Rights Commission and it'll be relitigated, and they'll probably lose. The Cakeshop will probably lose the following time around, with the due deference of the religious freedom argument, but not something that's going to have lasting impact. We have seen a few businesses start to put up the "No Gays Allowed" signs. They are very few and far between, and they absolutely do not know what they are doing or the shitstorm that they're about to get hit with. So don't believe for a minute that that's actually going to lead to any kind of long-term problems, because those people will get smacked the fuck down. Now let's talk about some positive news. We got some positive news going on this weekend. I did mention it last week. I thought that it was last week, but no, it is this week. This week is Beartown. It is the Portland area bear run, and it is Bear Barella. And I got to show you this amazing shirt from Killer Bob Graphics. Check out this amazing piece of artwork. Holy cow. Bear Barella. Yes. It is absolutely phenomenal. Bears in Space. It's happening all this weekend, and it is phenomenal. Last night I went to Stag for the opening meet and greet. I met a lot of wonderful guys, some guys who are local, some people from out of town. Saw a little bit of exotic dancing, shall we say, and lots more to come this weekend. There's some fantastic body positivity workshops that are being offered. There's events happening all over town. Daddy Bone, the regular dance party it's happening, has Daddy Bone Conquers Uranus. Of course. It's going to be tons of fun. If you're in the Portland area or you're thinking about visiting, this is a great weekend to do it. Next weekend is Portland Northwest Pride Northwest. Definitely consider coming out for that as well. It's going to be a ton of fun. I will be at Pride Northwest for the Oregon Bluegrass Association and Oregon Bluegrass Pride. I'll be there talking about bluegrass music and maybe jamming a little bit with some folks in the booths or in the parade. So please consider coming out either this weekend or next to Portland, Oregon. It's going to be a grand old time. But there's something even bigger happening, and something that I am feeling a ton of missing out, FOMO. I'm feeling a ton of FOMO for my rugby brothers and sisters out in Amsterdam for this year's Bingham Cup tournament. Bingham Cup, I've mentioned it before, is the big gay global rugby tournament. It is the biggest rugby tournament in the world, without a doubt. There are 74 teams competing in Amsterdam this weekend with over 2,300 players. It's absolutely phenomenal. Please go check out Bingham Cup on the web. They're going to be doing some live shows. They're going to be listing the scores up on Facebook. Look for Bingham Cup Amsterdam 2018. I think it's binghamcup.org as well. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to send my love out to all of the teams that I have loved and known all over the years. Washington Scandals, Baltimore Flamingos, the Washington Renegades, all of my favorite folks from the DC capital area metro. I love you all. I wish you all the best of luck this weekend at Bingham Cup. I should have worn my hat that I got in Nashville 2 years ago, but I know that it's going to be amazing. Please check out Bingham Cup online. It's a fantastic tournament with a fantastic history. It's one of the most amazing, big, huge gay experiences, that very unique experience that you will ever see in your entire life. Check it out, Bingham Cup Amsterdam 2018. So that's a lot of big news, a lot of heavy stuff, a lot of big news this weekend. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, or if you want to learn more about any of the things I talked about today, if you need help finding help for suicidal thoughts, please check down in the crotch. There's going to be numbers right there at the top. If you want to learn more about some of the Cakeshop ruling, or about Beartown, or about Bingham Cup, I'm going to put links down in the crotch as soon as this video posts. Please go check them out. They're going to be down in the crotch. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. And I'll see you all next Friday. Cheers.